Welcome to This Week in the NFL Week 5 edition. Get ready for some garbage.
Well, Rams, I applaud you for not going for a tie unlike the Packers did last week. Sure, your play call was bad, and you really should have just thrown it with Matthew Stafford, but hey, you didn't try to tie. Woohoo! As for the 49ers, I'm noticing that they're winning with depth, something that they didn't have last season at all. So that's an improvement. It also helps when you keep Christian McCaffrey around for a while. At least Dylan Gabriel looks good this week. That's all I really needed to see anyway. Throwing 2 touchdowns in his starting debut in London, that kid's gonna be good someday. And I know I say this as a Browns fan who has seen just the worst quarterback play in history, but please hear me out on this one, fellas.
It's done. For the first time since December 8th of last year, the New Orleans Saints have won a football game, beating the Giants since the last time they beat the Giants. Man, these guys are pathetic. No matter though, it's officially over. And now that Spencer Rattler has won a game as a quarterback, I can say he's good without drawing funny looks from people. Woohoo!
Life comes at you fast. 1 minute, you're thinking about 5-0. The next, you're wondering how the heck you let the Broncos score 18 points in the fourth quarter unanswered on you. They really are taking on their 2023 form again. Which, if that's the case, get ready for a second half season collapse.
The most drama to come out of this game was the Mark Sanchez scandal of all things. Otherwise, the Colts had a very stress-free week as they just clobbered the Raiders. Vegas, you now get to learn what Denver learned back in 2022. Never trade for a quarterback from Seattle. Jeez, Ravens, I knew you would be not great, but I didn't think you'd be this unwatchable this fast. Losing by 34 to the Houston Texans? That's so shameful I can't even laugh at that. Okay, you know what? I'm still laughing at that. Bet it's not so fun when you can't beat CJ Stroud anymore, huh? A team that I thought was only mediocre to start the season is now officially 0-5. No wonder the Bears got rid of Justin Fields. I mean, making the Cowboys defense look good? That's not a healthy sign. Carolina may have won this game 27-24, but the real winner was anyone who got to see that glorious commentary. Eric Collins made a living out of calling Hornets games in the past, so he knows what he's doing when he's making boring games sound exciting. I'm curious to see what the NFL on Fox does with him in the future. How did the Steelers get in a Super Bowl win without playing this week? Simple. They just let every other AFC North team lose. The Lions didn't even blow out the Bengals as much as they played with their food and never let it bite back. Take notes, Eagles. At least the Bengals don't have to watch Jake Browning just brown all over the field anymore. They can watch Joe Flacco. Wait, what? He got traded? Congratulations, Arizona. You are now the owner of a glorified bye week as you get to take on the Tennessee Titans. And I see you've already built an 18-point lead on them. Now you can pretty much just sleepwalk your way to victory. Oh yeah, go ahead and fumble that football out of the back of the end zone for a touchdown Deshaun Jackson style. You've got this game at this point. There's no way you're blowing it. There we go, an interception to end the game. It's officially... Wait. Oh my gosh. Really, Arizona? You're really going to blow this game? You know who you're playing, right? Don't let them drive down the field and get in position to kick a field goal to win the game. And they do just that, and Tennessee has won the game. Wow. I've got nothing to say. This is legitimately one of the worst losses I've ever seen as an NFL fan. Moving on from that ugly loss, we now see one of the prettier losses this week as the Seahawks just couldn't do enough against the Bucs. Sam Darnold just had to turn to his old Jets form at the worst possible time. This makes the Buccaneers now 4-1 with legitimate talks of being a Super Bowl contender. Ah yes, just as everyone predicted. It's good to see Jaden Daniels back in action. He makes life super easy for the Washington Commanders. In fact, he makes life a little too easy for them. They kind of just rolled over the Chargers. Did the Chargers just get broken after they lost to the Giants? Because that's what I feel like is going on here. Okay, I knew that the legacy of the 72 Dolphins would be protected this season, but I didn't think it happened this fast and under the Patriots. Speaking of which, New England has been sneakily good this season. Bet you regret trading Stephon Diggs now, huh, Buffalo? Okay, these Jaguars might be legit. Or maybe they just have the luck of Trevor Lawrence's last game-winning touchdown. Who knows? But either way, this 4-1 start is very, very shocking. Especially with wins over the Texans, 49ers, and Chiefs. I would love to see the Jaguars and Colts play each other, but sadly that doesn't happen until December, so let's hope those two are good until then. That would be a heck of a throwdown. Well, that was certainly a week. I feel a little tired after all that, so I'm gonna wrap things up with the 3 things I learned this week. Number 1, nothing is guaranteed. It seemed like a bunch of teams destined to lose all won. The list of teams I'm surprised to pull out a win include the Titans, Patriots, Jaguars, Commanders, Saints, Panthers, Broncos, and 49ers. That's right, more than half of the games this week were actually a shocking result to me. That's crazy. Secondly, the AFC South is absolutely insane. The Texans and Colts both won big. The Jaguars won over the Chiefs of all teams, and even the Titans somehow miraculously managed to pull out a win. Hopefully none of these guys pull a 2024 NFC North and blow it in the playoffs because this is a heck of a fun division. And number 3, this week was Cardiac City. 8 games were actually 1-score games. And we actually almost had a 9th game, Giants-Saints, that was 1 score. Too bad the rest of this games were blowouts, or else this would have been a great week for football fans overall. Well, that'll do it. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, ring the bell, and don't forget about John 3:16. And I'll see you next time. John chapter 15, verses 12 through 14. This is my commandment. Love each other in the same way I have loved you. There is no greater love than to lay down one's life for one's friends. You are my friends if you do what I command. Make sure to show love to someone today. You won't regret it.